You know, we're all taught that being polite is this amazing virtue, right? Be nice, be accommodating. But what if being too polite is actually the very thing holding you back? Today, we're going to dig into that idea, and it might just change how you see things.
So let me just ask you this straight up. I want you to really think about it for a second. What if that constant drive to be nice, to always be agreeable? What if other people aren't seeing it as strength? What if they're seeing it as something else entirely? This is the core idea we're going to unpack today.
And to really get our heads around this, we're going to use a really powerful metaphor. Think about every social interaction you have as a kind of bow. But here's the catch. Not all bows mean the same thing. There's a massive difference between a bow of respect and a bow of, well, total subservience.
All right, so check this out. On one side, you've got what we'll call the 30-degree bow. This is just courtesy. It's a slight, confident nod. It says, I see you, I respect you, and we're on the same level. This is like a firm handshake or just stating your opinion clearly without being aggressive. But then you've got the 90-degree bow. This is subservience. It's a deep, dramatic gesture that screams, I am powerless in front of you. In conversation, this is your constant apologizing, or always seeking approval for what you say.
So, 30%. Let's focus on that number. This is presented as the sweet spot, the angle of true, balanced etiquette. It's all about showing respect without losing an ounce of your own. It's a gesture that says, I have dignity, and I see the dignity in you. Anything more than that, and you're starting to give your own power away.
So this brings up a really big question, doesn't it? If a deep 90-degree bow just signals weakness, why would anyone ever do it? I mean, why would we choose to be so polite that we actually put ourselves down? Well, the answer is pretty fascinating, and it's all about the hidden motivation behind that kindness. This right here, this is probably the most important idea we're going to talk about. Just let that sink in for a second. Excessive kindness comes from hunger. Suddenly, it's not about being generous, is it? It completely reframes the act. It's not about giving, it's about needing something.
So, okay, what are we so hungry for? Well, it could be a lot of things. Maybe we're desperately trying to cure our own loneliness. Maybe we're starving for a little bit of attention or affection. Or maybe we're trying to get something from the other person, their approval, their help, whatever. That kindness becomes a tactic to fill a hole inside us. And here's the crazy part. It almost never works. Seriously. Unless you're literally handing someone cash, people can smell that neediness from a mile away. They sense the weakness behind the gesture, and honestly, it usually makes them uncomfortable. It can even push them away. It's like you're broadcasting a lack of self-confidence without saying a word.
So if that deep, 90-degree bow of neediness is a total fail, what's the alternative? It's all about flipping the script. It's about using etiquette not as a way to please people, but as your own personal shield, a way to protect yourself and command real, genuine respect.
This is what we're calling balanced etiquette, that solid 30% bow. Think of it as a form of strength. This isn't about being rude or cold at all. It's about setting up clear, healthy boundaries. It's a quiet way of showing your own value and telling the world how you expect to be treated.
When you actually practice this balanced etiquette, you pretty much stop people from walking all over you. You establish your own position without being a jerk about it, and that creates a ton of stability, because people know they can't just dismiss you. For example, it's having the ability to say no to something without giving a 10-minute apologetic speech. It's like having a polite, invisible force field around you.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Well, it takes a pretty big shift in how you think. You have to stop looking for validation from other people and start building up that strength from the inside.
And that whole journey starts with being really, really honest with yourself. The next time you catch yourself being super accommodating, just pause and ask, why am I doing this? Is this coming from a place of genuine respect for both of us? Or is it coming from that hunger we talked about? Just recognizing your own motivation is the first and honestly the hardest step. The source material is incredibly direct about this. It says, for the knowledgeable, being servile means your life is over. Whoa, that's intense, right? But what it's saying is that if you have any real self-worth, acting like a servant is basically throwing away everything you are, your skills, your power, your dignity. That stuff isn't something you trade for a few crumbs of attention.
So the ultimate antidote to all this neediness, it's not to practice being rude. Not at all. It's to become so solid and strong on the inside that you just don't need that validation from anyone else. Focus on building your skills, your knowledge. Fill your own cup. Because when you have real inner substance, your strength just speaks for itself, and you'll naturally get respect with that simple, balanced 30-degree bow. And really, that brings us to the final thought. The next time you're interacting with someone, just ask yourself this one simple question. The kindness you're offering right now, is it a genuine gift, given freely with no strings attached? Or is it really a disguised request for something you feel like you're missing? The answer might just change everything.